This is the Iowa Weather Report for Monday, April the 8th, 2013. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. This is at 1 p.m. this afternoon. We have one piece of energy digging in across the desert southwest, another piece of energy moving through the Great Lakes, and with that system off to our south and west, that'll bring us some relative inactivity during most of the day today. We'll have some early day showers and thunderstorms with the first system moving through, but the next system off to our southwest is going to bring some more activity later in the day. And with that, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a slight risk of severe weather. This is for today and tonight for areas of southwestern Iowa through Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas, and into western Oklahoma. The main threats with this severe weather will be from tornadoes, especially in Nebraska, Colorado, down into Kansas and Oklahoma. The best chance around Goodland, Kansas, where a 10% chance is outlooked there. Just a little bit over southwest Iowa, little to nothing there. The wind outlook, the damaging wind outlook for today and tonight, has the standard 15% chance over southwest Iowa through Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas, and into Oklahoma. This will likely be a secondary threat. And another threat will be the large hail outlook. The best chances of that will be over southwestern Nebraska, northwestern Kansas, eastern Colorado, extending southward into western Oklahoma with just the standard 15% over southwestern Iowa. When we head off back to the GFS to 1 p.m. Tuesday, we have a low-pressure center over the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle. Some showers and thunderstorms around here. We have snow breaking out in Colorado, Wyoming, western Nebraska. And the severe weather threat continues here with a slight risk of severe weather for southern Iowa, namely south of Iowa Highway 92, southward through Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. The main area of severe weather, however, looks to stay from about Kansas City to Joplin, Wichita, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Lawton, Wichita Falls, Dallas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, down to Waco. When we take a look at some parameters, this is the Cape. This is back to tonight at 7 p.m. You can see the Cape values in southern Iowa especially will be around 1,500 joules per kilogram, significant for some severe weather there. When we take a look at the lifted index, this is off the GFS. You can see the lifted index shows maybe -4, -6, so significant for some unstable air and dew points well into the 50s and 60s down in southern Iowa. And then when we take a look at the Tuesday activity, this is off the GFS, showing some Cape roughly around 750 to 1,000 joules per kilogram by 1 p.m. Later it really knocks it down. And then when we look at the lifted index at 1 p.m. Tuesday, it shows -2 to -4, but it quickly drops off across the central counties of the state up to the very high positive numbers over South Dakota and Minnesota. But then when we take a look at it from the NAM perspective, this is the NAM at 7 p.m. this evening, showing surface-based Cape values up above 2,000 joules. The NAM has been a little overactive with this severe weather. And then when we take a look at 1 p.m. Tuesday, it shows Cape values around 1,000 joules. And in fact, it increases it by later in the afternoon into the evening of up to 1,500 joules. We didn't have that graphic here to show you that. Then when we get back to the GFS, we go to Wednesday morning at 1 a.m. We have a low-pressure center kind of elongated from Texas up into Missouri. Showers and thunderstorms will be ongoing. Severe weather will be starting to wane at this point. And then we move to Wednesday at 1 p.m. We have a low-pressure center over western Arkansas. Several other models have the low all over the place from Omaha to northern Missouri. We have some snow breaking out in Nebraska and Kansas, moving into northwest Iowa here Wednesday night into Thursday as the low moves to near St. Louis. A significant severe weather outbreak possible across the lower and middle Mississippi River Valley from St. Louis through Memphis down into Shreveport and Lake Charles. And then that quickly moves into the south on Thursday during the day. And around here, we could see some cold rain or maybe a bit of snow. Yes, we said the S word. And to show you that, this is what the NAM says. This is through Thursday morning at 7 a.m. This shows the possibility of some snowfall across the northern and northwestern counties of the state, upwards of 6+ inches of snow. Will we get that much? And this is a little bit better. This is a 10-to-1 ratio, showing the snowfall amounts a little bit less, about 6 to maybe 8 inches, the heaviest over South Dakota into Minnesota. Don't think this is going to be that high, but we'll have to wait and see on future model runs. Back to the GFS and back to Friday, and this storm is finally out of here. Skies will begin to clear from west to east, but it will be cold. Highs likely in the 40s to near 50, lows in the mid-upper 20s to lower to middle 30s. This continues into Saturday as the winds start to back around to the south and southwest, so temperatures will be back up into at least the upper 40s to middle to upper 50s, lows mainly in the 30s across the state. But the rain comes back here on Sunday with another storm system moving just to our north. Southwesterly winds could be quite gusty. We could see some rain. This will be similar to a couple of days ago with maybe some isolated showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two. Then a week from today, next Monday, we have a west to southwesterly flow aloft. We have another system digging in across the Pacific Northwest. And with the fairly quick flow from west-southwest to east-northeast, we'll have a little bit of rain activity around, and another system beginning to form over the Rockies and the Wasatch Mountains of Utah. When the Gulf Open, and with the Gulf Open, that means more rain is likely to fall over the next several days thereafter. A couple days after that, on April the 19th, we have a system coming through, a trough axis, about neutral coming in, with some energy from Kansas northeastward to Minnesota. And with this could bring us some more shower and thunderstorm activity with a low-pressure center near Kirksville, Missouri, more moderate to heavy rain, and maybe some more snow in the Dakotas, as if this winter can never end, with some thunderstorms extending southward to Oklahoma and Texas. And then at the end of the forecast on the 23rd, we have another system. This is positive tilt, moving across the northern portion of the country with the trough there, a ridge over the southwest and over the south and east. And with this will bring us even more showers and thunderstorms and more heavy rain possible, but there'll be no snow anywhere, especially in this area, most likely well to the north near the U.S.-Canadian border, and temperatures likely well into the 50s and 60s, maybe 70. Looking at the satellite image from last evening, we had a complex of showers and thunderstorms over northern Missouri into far southern Iowa, back into eastern Nebraska. Some severe weather was reported with that earlier on Sunday evening. Some thunderstorms over the west. The watch warning map from last evening showed a winter storm watch over South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, Colorado, with some winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings as well. Across Montana also. Elsewhere east of the Mississippi is fairly quiet, at least this time. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Friday evening at 7 o'clock, showing rainfall amounts will be generous, 1.5 inches to 3.5 inches of rain, and it'll be centered somewhere in southeast to east central Iowa.